They say the grass is always greener on the other side. But in my neighborhood, the problem wasn't the grass. It was my wife's garden. The HOA told us it didn't meet community standards. By the time I was done, their meetings were held right next to the thing they hated most. When we first moved into Willow Creek, we thought we'd found peace. A cozy home, friendly neighbors, and a backyard that begged for life. My wife, Elena, poured her heart into that soil. Roses, jasmine, a vegetable patch, even a little fountain. It was her therapy after long days as a teacher. The colors brought joy. The scent of fresh lavender drifted into the street. And for us, it wasn't just a garden. It was home. Enter Frank, the HOA president. Imagine a man who measures lawn height with military precision, polishes his clipboard like it's a weapon, and believes uniformity is holier than freedom. Frank drove a black Cadillac with plates that screamed, "Order one." And from the first day he saw Elena's garden, I swear his face twisted like a man who'd bitten into a lemon. The first letter came in a stiff envelope. Non-conforming landscape. Immediate removal required. We laughed at first. Who finds someone for roses? Then came another $50 fine. Then $100. By the end of the month, the HOA demanded $500 and threatened liens. Frank even showed up at our door, puffed up like a peacock. "This is a neighborhood, not a jungle," he sneered. I closed the door in his face. But the war had just begun. Elena was crushed. She started cutting back plants she loved, worried we'd lose our home. That broke something inside me. So I did what Frank never expected. I read the bylaws. Buried deep in legal jargon, I found the golden loophole. The HOA couldn't block community beautification projects if they were approved by county rules. The very next week, I filed paperwork with the county. Willow Creek Pollinator and Education Garden. Stamped. Official. Untouchable. Frank had no idea what was coming. We didn't just keep the garden. We expanded it. Flower beds twice the size. Beehives buzzing. Protected under agricultural law. Butterfly feeders sparkling in the sun. A greenhouse where school kids could plant seeds. Elena smiled again. Dirt under her nails, joy in her eyes. Neighbors who once whispered began bringing their children to help. And then came the article. Local garden becomes community treasure. Front page of the paper, with Elena smiling next to county officials. Frank lost it. He stormed into a ribbon-cutting event, shouting about violations, while the county commissioner stood beside me holding giant scissors. Imagine his face when the commissioner said, "Actually, this garden is protected. It's the pride of Willow Creek." The crowd clapped. Frank turned red, and for the first time he had no words. But I wasn't finished. I started inviting the HOA board to host their meetings in the garden. Under the jasmine trellis. Next to the fountain. Bees buzzing around their heads as they tried to talk about rules. Half the board resigned within weeks, embarrassed by the backlash. The rest? Too tired to keep fighting. Frank stopped patrolling with his clipboard. His Cadillac sat in his driveway, collecting dust. The HOA was powerless. One evening, Elena and I sat on the porch, watching butterflies dance in the garden glow. She laughed. The sound I'd missed for months. "They tried to uproot my garden," she said softly. I raised my coffee cup. And instead, we planted the seeds of their downfall.